couple to a few days ago, I did a video about how everybody's trying to sell us lard on the YouTuber net commercials, which I am not against lard. But what I talked about was why the hell are we going back to the Great Depression food right now? That's 100 years ago. This is how we're going to have to survive and things like that. And you see the commercials where you got a fucking flashlight that you can blow a plane out of the sky. And I think, you know, if they really wanted the economy to crash, they should really just stop selling all these prepper things where everybody's getting ready to get into a civil war with an unlicensed and unserial numbered AK or AR or whatever the hell. I mean, yeah, just take it all away. Everything's going to be okay. And then there's some woman that's saying, I remember reading the Pledge of Allegiance. It's another one of these things that must be making money somehow. If you want the economy to crash, get rid of it all. I remember reading the Pledge of Allegiance, to the flag. You know, it's like pledging allegiance to your fucking Air Trump shoes or something. I don't know what it is. My allegiance to you, you fucking dead thing that we've desecrated to make something that works for us. I remember reading the Pledge of Allegiance in school. Don't let her talk you into believing that she was really that into it with her butch cut. I remember they threatened to give Fonzie a butch cut at that dance party. That was the bet. And he got up after wrecking his motorcycle and being stuck out all night. His motorcycle broke down. He showed up. He wouldn't let them give him a butch cut. He won the dance. Happy days are here again. But then you got some woman with a butch cut telling you about how she remembered. All I remember about reading the Pledge of Allegiance when I was in elementary school was that I just couldn't wait for it to be over. I got back as a war vet and watched a bunch of children having to read the Pledge of Allegiance in front of me. And I said, you poor bastards. They're tricking you. They're doing it right here. You have to pledge your allegiance to someone. But this thing about going back 100 years and eating lard and cattails and reading the Pledge of Allegiance, I lived in China a couple times. I can't stand Chinese food. It physically revulses me. It makes me want to throw up when I eat it. So I almost starved to death living over there. I felt like a local, if you want to put it that way. But no, they're doing better than me because at least they're getting fucking sustenance. But before I'd done that, I'd had an East Asian modern history class at Michigan State with a guy that had a stutter. You might know him. But he was very, very smart, and he would have office hours at the bar in, I think, Dooley's. He would hold office hours. Anybody want to? I never went. Just imagine that. I drink because I like to drink. I don't drink because somebody wants me to. He taught us that during the Cultural Revolution, where I can tell you stories about running into people from there when I was there, and how I would be surprised that some of them would speak French. Evidently, they were involved in Vietnam across the border. Old men. Before we decided French can't do it, we can. It's like going into Afghanistan. At some point you need to just get the hell out of there because you're not changing anything. It's called cultural relativism. You have to realize at some point that some of these people like the way things are going, and there's not a lot you can do about it. That's what they call safety in numbers. They come in a horde. But this guy, he talked about cultural the cultural revolution, and he spoke, and it was in a book I read too. I read how in that time they took all these damn farmers and educators, people that weren't built for work, were built for thought, to make the people that work beneath them work in a more efficient way that they can have more time to themselves and enjoy their lives. They possibly cared about each other. I don't know. I don't get that deep into anything. But they took all the educators and put on farms and expect them to cook their own food. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're eating the damn frames off of doors, wood. They're eating their shoes, anything leather. They're eating whatever they can just to survive. And I look at this and I think, as I see one of these other commercials talking, it's obviously AI, artificial intelligence, which oh, you're my best friend. They can see the joke. I'm nervous about him. But when we take a Pledge Allegiance commercial over here and then put one of these AI commercials over here and you try to look at them together, AI, artificial intelligence, well, if they're AI, then these people have to be given a label of some sort. When you label me, you negate me. No, when I label you, I'm putting right in your place. You're exactly where you need to be. Ally. I look at all the people that act like they want to go back to eating lard. Why did people eat door frames and shoes? Because there was nothing better. Why does Chinese food make me puke? Because they eat things that would make Rambo puke. Li. Lesser intelligence. There is another. There has to be one or the other. Artificial intelligence. You can't say common sense because common has moved to L. CS becomes Li. You fucking people, if this is the way you want to live in the future, there's really no joke to be had after that. You get what you fucking pay for.